Hello, 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 and welcome back to Divinity Original Sin's 2 Honor Mode Plus run. I've done a little preparation, a little is maybe an understatement. I've invested a couple of hours to prepare the characters, and I am pretty proud of the result. I mean, look at that. We almost have 500 damage per hit. Mind you, these are not Lonewolf characters. These here are normal characters. Like, we upgraded every single piece of armor. We are now fully clothed in legendary and epic gear. We do have really nice skills, and just a couple of things. I also crafted a couple of skill books, just giving the characters an extra edge. I want to use our summoner a little bit more as a tank. I went deeper into marksmanship and got a couple of marksman pyro books as well. And last but not least, Lose received a couple of fire spells on top of her water spells, just so she's becoming more and more a hybrid mage almost, that uses all of the cooldowns quite well. Now, what are we going to do today? We're finishing the Business Rivals quest. We killed Mark the Troll the last time, and we just want to hand it in. Plus, there are a couple of other quests to take care of. And let's start with Grok the Troll.
He shoots you a patronizing smile.
Good for you. I know you wanted to impress me, and that's adorable. And feel free to cross this dung heap. I'm off to sew an armchair out of Marg's corpse on my new, improved bridge. Bridge is mine. Mine!
Well, at least we tried. So he's back to the other bridge, and we got a little bit of XP out of it, which is nice. I like it. So there is indeed, there are further quests which we haven't done so far. And just to look at the overall map, and to give you an understanding what we wanted to do, we are going to explore the northwest now. Going to finish the quests here. And then our next destination will be the Black Pits, which is my favorite area in this whole Act 2. So I'm very much looking forward for it. Aithne here has a little bit of a problem, to be honest.
Her voice is clipped and detached. She cocks her skull.
Quick now, quickly. Do you support Divine Order or Black Ring? So long as you do not. I have books, though I hate to part with them. Aithne is...
So she's looking basically for a book of corpse explosion. She unfortunately burnt when her library was burnt, so she now wants to have a corpse explosion book and wants really to kill herself, basically. So Edna the Traitor.
You know what I'm looking
for now. Let's use the opportunity, because Aithne, once dead, is not going to be helpful for us at all. So I think we are going to use our thievery a little bit before we effectively help her to kill herself. Let me double check. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the bad part. You always lose a couple of skills. But anyway, so 9 thievery, wonderful. We are going to steal, basically, the books from her, because she has a couple of really nice books. Specifically the source books. Other ones I'm interested in first. And other than that, well, let's just rob everything. I'm thinking about whether or not that ring here might be a good idea. I mean, why not? It has summoning and hydrosophist, so might not be too bad. And that's actually a pretty nice belt, to be honest. It's a single-handed belt, though, so we might not use that one. Okay, so let's get the remaining books. Once you got all of them, just get the remaining gold. Thank you. And another evidence why thievery is just an absolutely imbalanced skill. Way, 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 way too strong. Good. What I wanted to show you, though, is, before we ended up stealing everything, let's get the corpse explosion book to her, which requires to combine fire skill with a necromancy skill. So effectively, we're in this case combining fireball with bloodsucker. And you gain corpse explosion as a skill book, which is a nice one, by the way. So I'm not going to lie, that is indeed a good spellbook, which kind of reminds me why actually, what was the reason for not learning it on Psychic? Anyways, so now that we've crafted the skill book, let's send it over to Beast.
What side do you take?
Her voice is clipped and detached, with metallic overtones. She cocks her
Quick now, quickly. Do you support divine order? So long as I have book, I is.
She slaps her
I am flame and here. That would be proof survival is
suddenly.
enough about that.
So we have the book that she's looking for, which means we need to hand in the corpse explosion book without accepting anything in return. She's super happy, and
Might then perhaps we will meet again in the Hall of
we all get 100 attitude.
I'm just going to find a place to rest. Do you have it?
Good. And that was Etnir the Trader. Of course, the quest is not over yet. We basically would want to get to find her, and I will show you in a second exactly where we would find her. Just a pro tip: if you have too many items in your inventory, make sure that you store everything on the Lady Vengeance, which is not only a great way of getting rid of most of the books, it's also a good way to clean up your inventory. The ones that you don't want to use, you can always shift left click to put it onto the sell list, and you can see these little icons, and it allows you to basically automatically sell them at a merchant with only one click. Super nice feature, I like it. Good. Next up, we're going to go for the waypoint, and we need to be very careful because there is a powerful sorcerer. Unfortunately, she's even so powerful that if we're not careful, we might as well get one shot, because she has a ridiculous ability with her fucked up lava. So she can control lava. Unfortunately, lava deals, I think, 10,000-ish 10,000-ish damage, which is just incredibly high. We got ourselves another black root, by the way, which we will very soon use in order to get the next skill. Mind you, we have 2 source points, but we haven't visited for our second skill, which is a good one. It's called Source Vampirism, and we're going to use it for a couple of the Shriekers later, because Shriekers from Act 1 will indeed come back. The black rune plants here are very important. I highly recommend using gathering them. because with them you can do the ritual effectively. Good. So up here, there are really just a couple of bears, which we're going to kill soon. But there's also, I think that was the, yeah, that's the wolf encounter. Wonderful. I like it. So in here, there's a bonus encounter, one which we can, or which we should do actually right now. I love it. The encounter is, that encounter is really, really good. So as always, we're making sure. Oh, look at that. Talking about being already there.
My lord, help me.
Nice. Very nice. So this guy is, as you could easily imagine, the bad guy, whom we are now going to punish. It's kind of a werewolfish beast. And we are going to start this encounter, as always, by pre-buffing. Interestingly enough, everyone except the big guy, the abomination, is in combat. Which I find surprising because it has probably to do again with the implementation. These wolves here are... No, it's twice the amount of wolves. I was wrong. Yep, it's twice the amount of wolves. Good. So let's see how exactly this is going to turn out. As always, we're going to pre-buff, and I'm also going to use some oil on the ground, just so we're making sure that most of the wolves are not going to disturb us. As for the abomination itself, I think it had decent resistances except earth, yeah. Earth and poison are definitely the way to go. They take extra damage from it, so that's going to be easy. So, as so often, we want to be a little bit careful here. We're buffing ourselves. And we're going to enter combat by placing a totem. Perfect. So I'm still thinking about what to do with that abomination, because we're not going to just ignore it. Okay, I think, wow. The bears down here spot us. No, that is unfortunate. Okay, so second try. Let's go here. Let's buff ourselves. There we go. So Seville definitely needs a little bit more armor. We're still out of combat and they are doing their turns, which is fine. We're just going to rebuff with the most important buffs. So our target is going to be to make sure that the Lamenting Abomination is going to die as soon as possible. The way the encounter works is really that the wolves are shouting more often than not. They kind of war chant, and the Lamenting Abomination will just become stronger over and over and over again until it just basically hits ludicrous amounts of strength. At which point it almost one-shots everyone. So, just making sure we got the ground covered before we now start to deal damage. And I think for herself, she can start with a little bit of haste. And with rain. Basically, an expensive ability to just enter the combat. So, this guy here took a lot of extra damage. He has a Vampire up as a standard ability. Vampire is a spell that you can also craft with Warfare and Hydro. It allows you to deal damage and basically regain. So, in a nutshell, this guy needs to be crowd controlled unless you want to have permanent healing, which very much sucks. So, we got Los back here, which of course is a bad thing. We could start with an evasive aura, or we could start with a little bit more damage. I'm just thinking, to be honest, to get a little bit more aggressive stance almost and begin to attack the wolf. He's very vulnerable to poison, which we are using to our advantage. He's also he also needs to be slowed. He's vulnerable to earth damage, and he's currently out of magical armor, which is perfect. Now, as for the remaining wolves, we do not have the same luxury. They, unfortunately, are very strong as well, so we can't just let them wail on our guys. Matter of fact, that was a pretty solid and good hit. So there's the first shout. And you can now see how they basically act pretty well as a pack. I think it's a great mechanism that they implemented here, so that the enemies can buff one another. It's really a nice implementation of a wolf pack. There we go, everyone's coming. And they perfectly line up, by the way, so that's a really, really, really good setup. We are definitely going to get out of here. GTFO. We want to be in a position where she has the high ground advantage. And where we can now start knocking this guy down. So, what I would propose is we are going to go with the normal shots. Nope, no barrage. Reactive shot, I'm not a big fan of it if we want to deal single target damage. So, let's see what Losa can do with her reskilling. And look at that. 1000 damage with a critical hit. OMG. I really, really, really like the reskill. And another 1000. Oh my god! Alright, Syken's turn. So I can taking a lash for 500. Let's make sure that we definitely connect. I don't. He would. The abomination would be acting right after us, and I don't want that to happen. There we go. It's knocked down. We still have an action unit left. Which I think we're just going to invest in order to cast sparks. So this guy is getting himself up, which will definitely not help him. Just received a little bit of physical armor, but guess what? Lowe's just killed him. 36,000 XP. I would say decent. I would say decent. Massive chill. And I'm thinking... Good, so all of them will now line up, which is fine. Basically, it means for us that as soon as they begin to run like past this area, we can fireball them. Oh, and I should definitely use Venomous Aura, which is extra weapon damage. Since we're in a boss fight where Venom is specifically good against these creatures. I think the normal ones are also weak against Venom. No, they aren't. So, never mind. All of them are level 13, so we shouldn't underestimate how much damage the enemy has. If all of them are going to reach us, we would be in a tough spot. As you can see right now, like if he really starts to hit, they are dealing a decent amount of damage. But luckily for us, we really invested a lot also in defensive gear. So most of the characters now have just a high amount of defense. Let's try to kill the old wolves first. Okay, we're going to delay because I want to test Venomous Aura. And we still should be fine. Good, we fortify Syken. And just to make sure that he's not going to be hit, let's give him an evasion. And on top of which, I would like to propose to just fireball, to be honest. Wow, Los is just dealing so much damage. I mean, that was really good. AoE damage with a fire mage is just insane. Good. Same here. We're just going to teleport a couple of them back with Nether Swap and swapping them for corpses. Then I'd like to test the Venomous Aura. There we go, Venom Coating. And just for shits and giggles, let's get some more armor. And there's the reinforcement. I think we're fighting against about 20 wolves at the same time. So once they begin to fall and actually take damage, I think we're going to be fine. Until then, it's... Specifically when they now approach us, it's maybe gonna get a little bit ugly. Well, they made it through his armor. Let's see. Oh, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wolf whirlwind. Wow, that's gonna hurt, guys. Oh my god! Oh my god. So there was fire damage from his sparks. There was oh, that was disgusting. So there was poison damage, which immediately began to burn on top. So there was the poison explosion. Then the venom coating on top of it, which did exactly the same. So both of them escalated because every single one was burning. And on top of that, he currently is running sparks. So yeah, somewhere here. So he's currently running sparking swings, which kind of deals extra fire damage. Oh my lord! Yeah, that was. I would say that was a GG. Knockdown, cripple, kill. That guy is still alive. Barely, I might add. Wow. That is disgusting damage. I like it. I love it, to be honest. So there is yet another kill. Oh my god. And that's the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why two-hand builds are becoming substantially problematic in the later stages of the game. For the enemy, it's just scaling so enormously well. Let's just play it safe, shall we? I'm gonna do a little bit of evasion here. Is this going to hit both of them? Yes. It's pretty solid, I would say. Well, she did not get the high ground bonus, but that was still fine. I guess Saiken nailed it. It's hard to top a 9-person whirlwind with escalating abilities on top of it. That was really disgustingly good. She's not bad either. I'd like to test the reactive shot. They supposedly have fixed it. When I played it on my tactician mode, it was pretty shit because it never triggered, and when it triggered, it dealt way too much damage, so I decided not to use it. But they apparently have fixed it, so I wanted to give it a try. You know what? Let's wait. Cycling self-buffing, and we'll have 6 action points next turn. Matter of fact, we can just fly over. Like, that wouldn't be an issue either. He's hasted, so let's give ourselves wings, and next turn we can just use our mobility to get there. Of course, the reactive shot hasn't hit a single target. Yep, because they can just fly out. What a stupid idea. So let's teleport these guys back in. Perfect. There's, by the way, still there's one wolf standing here. Yeah, I think the fight is already won. It's just a matter of cleaning it up. So many just melee units that do too little damage and do not really have special abilities, so yeah. They haven't even really dealt any noticeable damage to our incarnate. So here we go. Oh my god. Great damage. I like it. Hits for 600. That's pretty good. Yep, yet another incarnate down. Where's the last enemy, by the way? Oh, down there. All right. Haven't even noticed him, to be honest.
I'll yield to none. I'm ready.
All right. Done. Very nice. So that was a good fight. I like it. Kill the boss right away. Got ourselves a nice little bow. And the blue stuff, which is gonna be totally useless. But the rune, actually the frost rune, is pretty good. So I'm not going to deny that is a good find. So when it comes to wolf loot, I think we're sold for the rest of the game. So many fangs, teeth, whatever. So normally I think he's accompanied by 8 wolves, so it might as well be that we fought 16 wolves plus him. But with the right preparation, which we have taken originally, it wasn't really a big deal. Normally,
An ancient altar to the seven stands up.
you need to use the altar here in order to pray.
The altar lies before you. Before you lies a primitive altar. The altar waits.
Right. So that werewolf is usually a product. If you're praying at the shrine, the werewolf will come, and even only if you attack it or if you fail the dialogue, cannot convince it, etc., then he pulls all of his minions will attack you. In our case, I think that was a little bit more ambitious. They directly attacked us right away. So I think there was no quest with these guys. They just wish us a good day, and I know it sucks because they haven't done anything to us, but yeah. We need to get enough XP in order to be leveled up, and these guys are level 13, so I'm sorry. There we go. Oh, wow. That's some pretty sweet damage. I like it. Both of them knocked down and critically hit. Nice. He's not even doing anything. All right. Yep, solid XP. I know, they haven't done anything to us, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to end the video here, and in the next video we'll get the waypoint, plus we'll talk to the next sorcerer.